Hello, and welcome to Applied Nostalgia, a podcast that applies post-9/11 thought patterns and analyses onto pre-9/11 television. In other words, Cale and Evan talk about old TV shows. For updates, follow us on Twitter at SoWellRead. That's at SOWELLRED. So stick around for a few laughs, and you just might learn something along the way.
Hey, yo, what's up? What's my theme music?
Hey, yo, what's up? Where's my podcast at?
Hey, I'm Cale.
Hey, this is Evan.
Today we watched Hangin' With Mr. Cooper, episode 102, entitled Hangin' With Michelle. It was written by Jeff Franklin, and this was truly an accident. I didn't expect to find this episode shortly after our Full House. It was just a total accident. I searched for Mr. Cooper and found Jeff Franklin worked on the show and thought, this is going to be a winner. And then I was right.
Jeff Franklin wrote on Full House.
Oh, you don't say.
Just for, people who maybe are joining us a little later in the podcast run, the second or the fourth episode.
I'm not going to give anything away, anti-spoilers, but the title Hangin' With Michelle and the Jeff Franklin connection to Full House should probably give a little bit away of what's going to happen in this episode. But you kind of have to be a little bit of an Einstein to think along those lines of connect those dots.
Do you think outside the box? Or are you just an ignorant motherfucker?
Well, if you like Mr. Cooper, I think you're thinking outside the box, because it's so great.
Hey, it's the TV show equivalent of the fourth meal. Taco Bell.
So it's sort of enjoyable when you're watching it, and then you just shit your brains out for about a week.
Yeah, you do a couple lines of cocaine, and then you think to yourself, I'm a hungry boy. And then you go to Taco Bell.
And then you find out that Mr. Cooper is actually made out of less than 30% beef. I mean, he's a beefcake, but he's made of less than 30% beef.
Yeah, and he's shot into the thing with a cocking gun.
Hey, I'd like to be shot with Mr. Cooper's cocking gun.
You don't say. Me too.
So the show starts with a cold open of Mark Curry coming out and talking directly to the audience.
He doesn't, come out as a homosexual, if that's what he thought he was saying.
No, he comes out as himself, who's a straight black gentleman, and he says to the audience, hey, what's up? Last week, we were in the Growing Pains house. And I thought that was a bit weird, implying that maybe they stole the Growing Pains house.
Yeah, that's the first thing I thought, too. I thought, Jesus fucking Christ. That's weird. It's like, I don't know, racist that he brought that up.
Talk about urban sprawl. I mean, the Growing Pains house has, 6, 7 white people in it? And Alan Thicke? And apparently, Mr. Cooper and his 2 roommates took over their house for a week. And I don't know, I don't understand the rules of that, but apparently they got their own place after this, because he showed us the cool upstairs, which was actually nothing because the set ends. I'm kind of mixing metaphors, because they didn't take over the Growing Pains house, they took over the Growing Pains set, but I don't know.
But they represent houses, and the characters on the sitcom represent humans.
And a fam-bully.
And it was funny when he went upstairs on the set, and they revealed that, contrary to popular belief, it's not a contiguous type of thing on a TV set, and it was just a set with stairs going down, and he was like, what, did you all forget to pay the rent?
Yeah, he said, hey, did you forget to pay the rent on this part of the house?
And that was pretty funny.
And then it went to the cool En Vogue theme song, which was really En Vogue at the time.
They were big, I think. I have no idea.
They were pretty big. They were big enough to do theme songs from Hangin' With Mr. Cooper, so that's like Beatles level, I think.
They were bigger than Jesus, so En Vogue was bigger than Jesus?
Well, there were 4 of them, so yeah. They were bigger than Jesus being one person.
What year was this episode? Was this 93, 94? Cale is on the computer machine, and he's checking it out, because we like to have our facts straight as our sexual orientations.
This was September 29th, 1992.
Holy shit.
So En Vogue was even more in vogue than I thought. I thought they were a little past their En Vogue prime.
Yeah, I'm pretty surprised, to be honest with you. 1992.
What were you doing in 1992?
Well, how old was I? 4?
Yeah.
I was probably eating my own poop still.
When did you stop that?
Well...
Or have you stopped?
I was going to say, I can't say I've stopped completely, but I've considerably cut down because my doctor said it was giving me high blood pressure because
there's so much blood in your stool?
Yeah, that's where most of it is. That's why I was eating it, because I was like, oh, losing a lot of blood in my poop. Got to eat it, get my blood back.
Yeah, I think you'd probably have less blood in your stool if you stopped eating sunflower seeds without taking the shells off.
Well, I don't even do that. I eat sunflowers now.
Oh, wow.
Because I'm organic. I'm vegan.
Do you grow them yourself, too?
No, I go to Walmart.
Oh, Walmart's known for being an organic vegan place.
Their garden section is.
So the En Vogue theme happens, and one of the lyrics in the song says that Mark Curry has a PhD in personality.
I like that.
And as you so eloquently put it, it must have been an honorary doctorate.
We were watching it, and they said that. I was like, that must have been an honorary doctorate. No, wait, degree? Oh, fuck.
Doctorate, because it's a PhD.
Oh, yeah. I did say it right, didn't I?
I don't know. His personality was okay, but I wouldn't say he had a PhD level personality.
He's definitely got his, he can teach.
You know what I'd say? He's got his bachelor's.
Yeah.
Because he's always trying to get with Vanessa.
That's true. I think if your personality's so great, you probably have to have secured a wife, or at least a harem, or something that defines you as something other than a fucking bachelor.
But he's living the bachelor life with 2 attractive women in a house that they're just roommates and not anyone having sex with anyone for some reason.
The show is, in a weird way, like quintessential 90s progressive, liberal, neoclassical bullshit.
And they're also in San Francisco.
It's pretty wacky.
He was into Vanessa, and I think, in like season 4 or something, he probably gets with her.
They had that,
The show ran for over 100 episodes, by the way.
I believe it. I've seen a lot of the older ones, and it stayed decent. And later on in the show, there's a lot of like colorful, weird animation stuff. Which
it's
I
a
like.
little Saved by the Belly.
Yeah, a little, what is it, Color Bright or Day Bright, whatever that shit was. I don't know. I shouldn't have brought it up.
I thought you meant like squiggles on the screen, like Saved by the Bell intro.
They did that.
Oh, they did?
It was like during the transitional and exteriors. It'd be like, and it would be like weird, choppy animation of stuff. I don't know.
So
Get off my back.
I'm sorry to press this issue. I feel like I'm just digging into you and not letting things go. It's like my life won't be complete unless I know about the squiggles on a screen in a 20-year-old show.
See the squiggles yourself. Oh, it's 20 years old. Holy shit.
22 years old.
Oh, God. It's old enough to have sex with, but not old enough to respect its opinion.
Hey, Pedo Bear, too old.
Is that an internet thing?
Yeah, because this is going on the internet, so we have to say stuff like that so people will like it.
Pound.
Fail.
Massive riot.
Massive riot. Jeff Franklin created and wrote this episode. So he created the show fresh off of creating the hit Full House. So he had Full House, which ran for, like, what, 1 million episodes? This started a couple years after that and went over 100 episodes. So this dude is loaded. He's got syndication money up the wazoo. He's never going to have to work again. That's why you never see Jeff Franklin on anything anymore.
Not since that turtle show he wrote about, the allegory for his childhood. The thing about Jeff Franklin is, I could imagine that his life, if it's anything like his TV shows, then he lives in a big house, like multicultural family members with like dudes who act like gay couples but don't have sex, and then like
And underage
guys.
girls.
Yeah, he must have the most interesting fucking life. He must be like that Dos Equis guy.
Jeff Franklin is the most interesting man in the world. I've said it before, but I think the Dos Equis guy is actually based on him.
I had a feeling.
I actually wrote about this in college for my economics class. I was like, the whole world is based on a Jeff Franklin economy. So why is the Dos Equis guy going to be anything else but Jeff Franklin?
I feel like Jeff Franklin, more than anyone, expressed the ideas of Huxley.
It is a brave new world that he's created.
Yeah, Huxley wanted people to get along.
Well, think about it. Jeff, 2 F's, Dos Equis, 2 X's. I mean, they're spelling it right out for you.
Yeah, it's like connect the dots, and you got Mr. Frankie. Here comes Franklin.
Coming into your house with the great sitcoms.
I love Franklin.
Danny Callis also worked on it. We noticed his name in the credits. He is famous for Smart Guy, which is a show we both adore.
I like Smart Guy.
So Danny Callis went from the Hangin' With Mr. Cooper to Smart Guy, which is pretty impressive if you ask me.
It's not a big leap, in my opinion.
No, it's actually pretty much the same.
When you said it, I just thought about it. There were no kids on this show.
No, other than the...
Well, I mean,
we'll
like,
get to in a minute.
main characters, there's just...
I feel like
they're
a
all
kid moved
professionals.
in one of the later seasons. Didn't a kid show up somewhere?
I don't know. I hope not.
I feel like a kid showed up and like lived in the house with them at one point, but
that
I might
would
be
probably
wrong.
when they jumped the shark.
Yeah, tell me about it.
I say that.
So anyway, Vanessa and Robin live with Mark Curry. For what reason, I don't know, because we didn't watch the pilot.
I don't know.
I mean, the show's very complicated. We got lost a couple times, had to restart.
I'm still lost.
And now I'm found. Yeah, I just don't... They know each other, they're friends. Oh, they went to college together, apparently, because he was into this girl in college.
Yeah, that makes sense. Did you write that down?
Yeah, I did. Vanessa and Robin live with Mark, and they're having a reunion. That's what one of the first scenes is in this episode. They're having a reunion of their sorority. So a bunch of college girls show up, and Mark's like, oh, yo, is Yvonne showing up? Yvonne's my girl. And then they were like, she doesn't even know you. And he goes, well, I've seen her on dates. She seems cool. So implying that he's like kind of stalked her. And it was funny. Mark comes in, and he's like, yo, Winnie, you see my drawers? And she's like, no, and I'm never going to. And then he's like, you got a birthday coming up next week, Vanessa. You might see my drawers if you ask for it.
He knows what to say.
He's a smooth customer. He's got a PhD in personality. Then the other girl's like, oh, yeah, they're in the laundry. So then he grabs them.
No, he doesn't.
Well, he grabs the laundry basket, brings it into the kitchen. This is a heated debate between us. Did he actually grab his underwear or not?
No, he didn't, because...
He grabbed the laundry basket.
Well,
Fine, he grabbed his underwear, too.
Yeah, but remember?
But then he walks outside.
Without
putting his underwear on. He's just in his towel still. But then he comes back in, and it cuts away.
He does then, but...
Yeah, but he did grab him in the first place. They're in the laundry basket.
He grabbed something that contained his drawers.
It's a real chicken or the egg.
Yeah.
So his first grade substituting job kicks in today because the teacher was sick. He got called in, and he's never substituted for first graders before, so he's a little nervous. He says, oh boy, the last time I hung out with 6-year-olds, I was 6. I just have to say, thank God that was the last time he hung out with 6-year-olds.
Part of me thought he was going to say, last time I hung out with 6th graders, I was horny.
Well, that's what I was fearing he would say.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I mean, he just implied it.
Oh, of course he did. Let's not fucking mince around the bush here.
You know what? I've never minced around the bush about anything, but I have minced around some meat pies.
Yeah, and I've beat around a meat pie.
I don't remember the context of this, but as Mark is leaving the kitchen from that first scene, Vanessa says something about being chained to something. Like, oh, I don't want to be chained to that idea. And Mark's like, I'd like to see you chained to anything.
That's pretty crazy.
Which I think is very creepy. So from the last 2 big joke lines he's had, he hangs out with 6-year-olds and wants to see Vanessa chained to things. It's like we got a real Buffalo Bill situation on our hands.
This makes me think they talk about sociopaths and serial killers, and the fact that they have a lot of charisma, and then he's got a PhD in personality. God. Maybe this is how he gets away with being like a terrible person because, yeah, he's got a PhD in personality, but it's just like this fucking layer that allows him to be a sick motherfucker.
That's exactly right, because he's not a human. He's just learned how to be a human. He's learned so well that he's got his PhD in it.
Who needs a PhD in something as basic as a human personality besides a politician or something?
Or a priest?
Yeah, PhD in personality. You get away with shit. You're allowed to act out your most base desires. Brother.
He manipulates. He takes advantage of. He wants to see torture. He manipulates a 6-year-old to get laid, basically, in this show. We haven't gotten that far yet, but he's sick.
Let's get them ready for the truth.
His name's Mark Curry, and he's a little spicy. He doesn't cotton to those rules, and I didn't mean to say cotton as like a racist thing.
Oh God, I didn't want to go there yet.
Delete that. Editor's note, delete that. Then it cuts to Mark Curry going into the first grade classroom, and what a surprise, we see Michelle walk in from Full House. Full House of Michelle, everybody. The terrible actress that she is. So she's old enough now where she doesn't look off camera the entire time for cues from her mom or a dog running by or a treat or Danny Tanner's nuts. She just takes weird breaths in the middle of words and lines. I don't know. She's a horrible actress. She doesn't know what she's doing.
She's nervous about doing things.
She's been in a live stage show for years, but she just keeps doing things like that the whole time.
She's a pretty good actor if you don't think about it.
And also, her multiracial friend was with her, sitting at the same table, and that annoying kid with the bowl cut that was also in Full House was in that.
Was that the same kid that was in Kindergarten Cop too?
Yes. Yes, that weird short kid with a bowl cut who's got a round face. He was in everything for about 2 years and then disappeared. So either he got a drug problem when he was 8 or he just stopped acting.
Wonder if he's related to Dom DeLuise.
Probably. I think he would have been in Cannonball Run too if he was alive then.
He would have been -3?
Something like that.
I have no idea.
I think Cannonball Run 2 was like 87. It was like a surprisingly long time after the first one, I think. Anyway, so Mark Curry walks in and stuff happens, and he unsuccessfully interacts with the kids. He's like making jokes, and then the kids aren't paying attention, and he tells the kid to zip up his fly, which is kind of creepy. He's looking at a kid's junk when the kid walks in immediately.
Yeah, I don't get it. Why do you need to know? I mean, what's the difference if a little kid's zip is flied?
Yes, what is up with a kid's zip is flied? Then the kids are making noise, and Michelle rings a bell, and she's like, "It's the quiet bell." And then Mark Curry's like, "Yo, I'm going to take this thing with me everywhere."
That's funny.
And then the kids want him to feed a frog, and then he's like, "Oh, I don't want to." And then they say, "Kiss it." And he goes, "I don't want to." And they go, "What, are you scared? You scared to kiss a frog?" And then he's like, "I'm not scared." He's like, I ain't scared. I ain't scared to kiss a frog." And then he goes, "Okay, story time." And then they decide to make up a story, and they tell him to jump around. He's like, go into his wheelhouse. He's like, I'm a basketball player. Then what happens? And they go, "Oh, you're a kangaroo." So then he's like, "Oh, I'm a kangaroo playing basketball." And then I dunk into my pouch. And then he makes a noise and dunks into his pouch. And then they say, "Oh, and then you hurt your foot." So then he starts jumping around on one foot. And then they say, "Oh, now you got to get up on this hill or mountain." So he's on top of his desk, jumping around on one foot. And then Michelle says, "You fly off the desk." So then he jumps off the desk and lands on the floor, breaks his tailbone, allegedly. Even though he was not in a cast in the later scenes, he was just on a pillow and laying on his stomach.
all of that happened?
Basically, it was an excuse for Mark Curry to jump around like a dummy in front of the live studio audience for like 4 minutes.
They dug it, though. You could tell.
It's classic Jeff Franklin. Just how much can we stretch out and pad this episode with? Cut the commercial with Mark being hurt on the ground. They show an exterior shot of the school. So
smart move, Danny Callish and company. And let's say, well, if they have AC, then they're cool.
Yeah, if they have AC Slater in that school, they're pretty cool.
Oh, my God. And you know they do. Every high school's got an AC Slater equivalent. I was that guy.
Yeah, you always threaten to beat up nerds, but you never actually beat anybody up.
I was cool. I was a peacekeeper.
You had, like, huge guns, and, like, you're just ripped. You ripped your shorts off all the time.
It wasn't because I was so fat. It's because, I was strong.
And you also dated, like, the hot feminist
Hottest girl in school. That was,
and
had ideals.
And you called her Mama all the time.
Mama hurt me. She loved me.
How's your... I'm surprised you got rid of your mullet, though.
Well, you see, the job I wanted to get,
Oh, yeah?
they were like, love your personality, but I don't like your haircut because it's only half what we need. Because it's half party and half business. And
They
we're
wanted it to be all party?
because I worked at Are You Ready to Party? Yeah.
Close enough.
Same place. They just renamed it.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry, I don't work there like you do. I would still call it iParty. You were calling it Are You Ready
But
to
yeah,
Party?
they were like either all mullet or gullet. I don't know what that means, but the guy was crazy.
I always thought you stopped having the mullet because it was too much upkeep.
That's part of it.
Like, you could, like, just keeping the business part business-like, it just takes so much of your time every day. You just, like, were like, you know what, I'm just going to go all party.
Yeah.
But it turns out you got it for a job, which is pretty respectable in my opinion.
I go where the money is, and my hair goes where the fun is. And if both of those are in one building, you better believe I'm going to be in that building.
And let me ask, are you ready to party?
Yeah.
You ready to party?
Yeah, I'm ready. If you couldn't tell by my hair.
I heard that your hair was so ready to party that it got invited to Rob's parties.
It did. And it left one night. I was sleeping in my bed, and I woke up, and I said, alopecia, or Al, see you later. I'm partying. That's what the note said that my mullet left on my bedside table. And I took an Alka-Seltzer. I went to sleep. I prayed that my hair didn't drive around drunk. I wake up the next morning. My hair has a toupee in the guest room. And they had some fun. And he's still married to that toupee.
Is that technically gay marriage, though?
It's a girl.
Oh.
It's a
The girl toupee?
pixie cut.
I've never seen a girl toupee before.
That's what I tell myself. I still haven't accepted that he's married to a guy hair.
It must be rough to be a straight man with a gay head of hair that's always partying.
Yeah, he's partying all the time, dude.
He parts on the side, if you get what I'm saying.
It's fucked up, but hey, I don't discriminate. You should see the guy that the toupee belongs to. We have to sleep in the same bed a lot of the time. So I've made a lot of choices to keep my hair. But what can I say? I'm happy just to have it. Yeah.
Hair today, gone tomorrow. Someday you're going to have to accept that hair for what it is. It was born that way.
That's what he says. But hey, he says it's, I still think it's because I combed him with a girl comb.
Are you going to vote for No on 6 this year to provide gay hair marriage?
Listen, I don't get into politics.
You're about as into politics as your hair is into not going to parties.
No. Hey, listen. My hair does what it wants, and I do my own thing. I don't get into politics, okay?
Basically, I just want to hang out with your hair and not have you be here. I don't know if that's rude
my
to say.
My hair does what my hair does, and if I tell him what to do, I'll never hear the end of it. And that's all I have to say about that.
I just don't want to be rude, but I just rather not see you.
Listen.
I'd rather just see your hair on my chair
I had a feeling I found some of my hairs on your zipper on your pants once.
What are you, Mark Curry?
Yeah. That's one of the major ways I related with the character.
Well, I guess I don't have to ask the question of how you related to Mark Curry now.
We look for the same things. We're always looking at people's crotches. But that's, yeah, I don't want to talk about that right now.
It's a different story.
That's a different thing.
Sounds like a harebrained scheme.
Nice.
It's not a scheme at all. You just like looking at dicks.
Oh, it's a scheme. Oh, it's a scheme.
What's the end game? What are you getting out of it?
I don't know. It's an open thing. It feels right, so I do it. Some people say that's why my hair is like it is, you know?
I wonder if your hair ever started taking Rogaine.
We've talked about it.
Like, have you taken it independently of your hair? So, like, when your hair leaves to go to a party, you can grow your own hair?
I've thought about it, and I've talked to him about it, and, you know, it makes him feel like I'm rejecting him, but he doesn't get it, but he's, like, rejected me.
It's like a graph versus host thing?
Yeah. It's like a graph versus host thing. It's the classic graph versus host.
I'm just glad that you and your hair can get along long enough to work at Are You Ready to Party together?
Hey, we split the paycheck. He's obviously ready to party. And I'm ready.
You're just along for the ride.
Yeah.
Does he, what does he spend his half the check on?
Hats.
Pomades, gels.
Hats, gels, toothbrush ones.
Wow. What do you spend your half of the money on?
Hats, gels.
Pomades?
I mean, we have a lot of similar interests.
Well, I can see why you guys get along a little bit, at least. I mean,
Yeah.
I know you guys aren't married to each other because, like, he's into other hair and fake hair, apparently, because it's a toupee. Or dead hair. Well, I mean, all hair's dead, I guess.
Well, it's a nylon wig.
Oh, jeez.
It's like one of those. It's actually from Are You Ready to Party? It's a Halloween witch hair.
Oh.
Well, no, that's not
Mixing a little
true.
business with business, huh?
He likes.
He's dating in the workplace, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's a warlock wig, and he likes him because he's down to earth, and because he's synthesized.
Are you reading off that Wig's eHarmony profile?
Nope.
So,
You know, I'd like to see, what if the school, what's it called? Shit. The Barry White Show?
I don't know the Barry White Show.
No, you know, Bullhead.
Steve Harvey Show.
Steve Harvey Show. What did that school look like?
I don't remember.
That was like an inner city school.
I think that's the next one we should do, though.
Oh, yeah. Bullhead.
Yo, Bullhead.
Yo, Romeo. This girl wants to have sex with you.
Oh, shut up, Bullhead.
No, I'm serious. She said, and I quote, I want to have sex with Romeo.
Yo, what's Lori Beth Denberg think about this?
I am fat.
And I'm Steve Harvey. I'm host of the Family Feud.
Now, kids, women and men, they different, okay?
They different, and my suits is long, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, Mr. Harvey, your suit looks like my dad when he goes golfing.
I got more buttons on my suit than they give away for the last election.
I got more buttons on my suit than you got buttons on your track phone.
I got more buttons on my suit than you got keys on a keyboard.
He's a music teacher,
That's true.
which is weird because I don't think he ever played piano or ever sang a song or anything at all.
They probably just saw him and were like, oh, you probably play bass, so you
He's
can
like,
be a music teacher.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I play the bass.
So then the EMTs tell Mark Curry that he broke his coccyx. And he goes, oh, you mean I broke my butt?
Oh, yeah.
And then Michelle feels bad. And then Mark goes, when do you think I'm going to be at the hospital? Like 7 o'clock? You think I'm going to be good? And they're like, no. And he goes, 7:15? And they go, no.
Classic
and he
Curry.
Goes, how about 720? And the guy goes, yeah. And then he goes, really? And then the guy goes, no.
No, I'm making a joke.
So then it cuts to Mark laying on the bed on his stomach, and Vanessa and Robin are around, and he asks Vanessa for a sponge bath, which was really funny.
It's pretty funny.
Because he, wants to get with her and stuff. But then the door rings, so Vanessa and Robin leave. And guess who comes by? Good old Uncle Jesse.
And he's looking pretty good.
John Stamos shows up with Michelle in tow. He walks in, and was it Vanessa or Robin that opens the door, and they go, oh, you're cute. And he goes, thank you.
No, he's like, I gotta go. I'm gonna leave you here, Michelle. I gotta go get a haircut. And then Vanessa goes, oh, I like your hair the way it is. And he goes, no, really?
I know he started talking about his hair
Yeah, she's
regimen.
like, I like your hair. And he goes, oh, thanks. And then he goes into his regimen.
But
It's funny that we talked about hair so much.
I know, I just realized that. Maybe it was hair on the brain, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's a harebrained scheme we're up to.
But he did do the cute thing, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he did.
I just had to make sure.
No, you're right.
Everyone's in agreement that she said
She
John
said-
Stamos was cute.
Yeah, because she was talking to Michelle. And he says, oh, thank you.
So
Thanks, dude.
Stamos is cute. We all agree.
Yes.
And if you don't agree, you can turn this off right now and never listen to another one.
Turn the button off.
Stamos walks in, doesn't meet Mark Curry at all. Just walks in, sees these two chicks, and then is like, okay, I'm leaving, Michelle. Catch you later.
Really weird
And just
stuff.
leaves her alone with them. That's not safe. These are strangers. You've never met them. And it's a substitute teacher. He should not care that she feels bad about a substitute teacher.
He's literally a drifter. He's the educational equivalent of a fucking hobo.
So Michelle walks into the room where Mark Curry's laying down, and she brings a shoebox. She goes, oh, I brought you something. And he goes, yeah, what is it? And then it turns out it's the frog that he was freaked out about at school. He freaks out, rolls out of bed, smashes his face, and she goes, oh, no, Dad, you get hurt again.
Ugh, she's so dumb.
And then he goes,
do you hurt your tushy again?
no, my face broke my fall. The girls from the sorority show up, and Mark Curry's in the kitchen with her now, and he goes, oh, no, I gotta hide. And she goes, you can hide behind me. And then she stands like a scarecrow as if that's going to hide him. And he's what, maybe 6'6"?
He's big.
He's
guy.
a very tall guy. And she's what, 2'5"? And
yeah, at the most.
She probably couldn't even hide his
Dick.
left shin or his dick, I guess, if you want to go there. But he could not hide behind her.
Befriender.
He could not hide behind her.
Is that like the befriending, but just finding first?
It's like defibrillating, but being friends. It's
We
like you're
have-
just shocking the friendship back to life. It's like when you cheat on your friend's girlfriend with her. What? It's like you have sex with your friend's girlfriend, and then you like apologize by giving him a cool basketball card, and you're like, I'm befriending you.
Oh, okay.
Defibrillating
I forgive you. My broken heart is pumping.
because of the Shaq rookie card you gave me.
Oh, thanks, dude.
The sorority shows up. You can hide behind me. You probably couldn't even hide behind that counter.
No, not even if he laid down. He's taller than that. Taller than it is long.
And then the girl he liked, Yvonne from college, and the other girls walk in the kitchen and see him. And Vanessa and Robin are like, "Oh, you remember Mark, right?" And she goes, "No,
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Yeah, he's just a guy." And they're like, "Well, he's the guy that did all this stuff." And she doesn't remember him because he's a meaningless.
And then they say he's the guy with the silly looking mistletoe hat from the Christmas party. And she's like, oh, yes. Well, not really.
Mark Curry walks back to his room, and he bends down to pick up a piece of paper, and then Michelle knocks him over again. And then Mark Curry goes, "Come on, Michelle," or whatever, and he gets kind of pissed at her. And then Michelle runs through the room behind the girls, and she's all sad. And then the crowd all goes, "Aww," because they made Michelle feel bad, apparently. So then the crowd feels bad.
She can't even open a door. Well, I don't know.
She just smashed open a door into Mark Curry's broken coccyx. And think before you speak, Michelle.
Think before you do anything. I don't feel like any little kid, even with a good amount of candor, is this emotionally retarded? And, like, I don't know. She just seems like she doesn't pick up on even the most fundamental fucking social cues, you know?
She needs to get her personality PhD.
She doesn't even have...
She
Well,
doesn't even have a bachelor's.
she's not. She's like a prenatal IQ, personality IQ.
She thought bringing a frog that somebody was scared of is going to be a good thing to help them heal.
I don't think she could be that stupid.
Like, no 6-year-old is that dumb. Like, they are dumb. Trust me.
Oh, yeah.
I
They're
know.
stupid fucking fucks.
But they're not going to be like, derp, 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 derp. I'm going to bring you a frog you was scared of.
Since you look so happy kissing the frog, I brought it to your bed. Yeah.
And then
okay.
Knock him over 5 times and give him a bologna and cheese and ketchup sandwich.
Yeah.
What's up with her and making weird sandwiches for people?
That's true. She's a fucking dumb character.
But apparently she's smart enough to put the ketchup in between the bologna and the cheese so it doesn't get the bread wet. Yeah.
She's a regular engineer. Maybe she is autistic. She probably wanted to build the next Golden Gate Bridge, and then she jumped off of it.
I wish she would have. I'm not even kidding. She could make a fucking sandwich and jump off that bridge for all I care.
She could make a sandwich and jump off that sandwich.
She didn't make a Dagwood, though.
No, that'd be the perfect one, though, because the Dagwood's all big and tall.
She made a Dagwood big enough to just walk off the bridge and stand on it. And then it slowly sank into the water.
It'd be cool if someone made a Godzilla sandwich, also.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of the sardines and...
instead of the cheese.
Yeah, no cheese, sardines.
And if you don't have sardines, you put octopus in it.
And then they had green olives. And, yeah, do you know where I learned to make that?
Where?
Tokyo U.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I heard good things about that place.
Pretty, and he's in school. We played volleyball. Ball.
Did, you ever meet a girl who, stole a motorcycle there?
Miko?
Yeah.
No, yeah, I met Miko.
Wow, that's so crazy. Small world.
Holy shit, dude. Yeah, Miko, she's fucking hot, dude. You know, she lived in space, and she was part of, like, a space delivery
Oh, she was?
team. Yeah, in the future.
When I saw her, she actually was the mother of a prophet.
No way.
So she lived in space and was the mother of a prophet? I wonder which one she did first, because I saw her, like, maybe a year or 2 ago as the mother of a prophet, so...
Messed up, dude.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hey,
Gotta look into that.
small world and then small universe. That's the same woman. That's Miko.
She wore a shirt that said, I love New York, too.
Oh, she loved New York.
She wore that shirt all the time. She wore it out.
Remember that yellow jacket I think she wore once? Did she ever wear that around? No, I'm thinking of someone else.
That's not the Miko I know.
Yeah, I'm thinking of someone I saw in real life. No, I mean, in my other time in my real life.
But yeah. We should look her up, though. I haven't talked to her in a while.
Yeah. She always seemed to like me.
She had some issues with her dad, though.
That's a cool guy.
He worked at a company.
Was it Toyota?
No.
Datsun?
No.
Oh no, Yakamoto.
The company that worked, that made garbage disposals.
Those are good garbage disposals.
Yeah, they don't break down all that much.
He was always, I remember once I was talking to him about Toyota, and I think I said something wrong. He's like, no, Toyota is, oh, what a feeling. It was pretty funny.
He pulls that bit out all the time.
He's fucking funny. I mean, business world types, they're referential humor. It's business humor. It's business, business.
Like, I remember this one time he went up to Miko and she had just gotten her ears pierced. And he goes, 2 times? What, did they miss the first time?
Oh, Mr. Yakamoto. You're so funny.
But yeah, Miko's cool. She's probably on Facebook now.
Yeah, I'm going to check her. I'm going to search her on DuckDuckGo. That's what I use because they don't track you.
Did you meet her at, you met her at Tokyo U, right?
Yeah, I was taking homemaking 205.
Did you ever take Japanese tea ceremony with her?
No, but I surveyed that class.
Yeah.
And in a way, I did take it with her.
Wow.
Yeah, me and Miko's.
She's no Blair, but she's above a 2D, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, 2D, 3D.
And I'd take Joe over her, maybe. Joe was cute.
Yeah. The thing is, when I think about any girl besides Blair, my brain goes, warning, Blairer does not compute.
Warning, Will Robinson, you're not thinking of Blair.
I love when he said that.
Yeah. That was my favorite part of Lost in Space.
Does not as cute. That's what it actually said, not compute.
And then Mrs. Garrett was cool.
Wait, why are we...
I was just like trying to think of a better way
I
to get
forgot
back
that
to
we
it.
were actually talking about
Mr.
the wrong
Cooper.
show because that was the original plan.
Original plan was to watch Facts of Life, but we actually just liked it a little too much, so we...
Too good of a show to fucking talk about.
So get
mean.
your Facts of Life DVDs, and we'll sign them for you.
Yeah, I'll shine it up for you. That was a yawn.
I'll shine that right up for you, sir. You bringing the Facts of Life to me again this week? Oh boy, you look like you've been walking around this.
Now, today I want you to shine it to the left so the sun shines on the bank.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, shiny bindy. Na, 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 na.
I'm all done, sir. That'll be $1.30.
Oh, geez, thanks. I don't have any money.
What the fuck?
I'm homeless.
Why do you have DVDs of Facts of Life
This is
then?
my only possession.
How do you watch them?
I think I put it to my ear and I listen to the ocean, and the longer that happens, I start to just hallucinate and hear every episode.
Oh, so you're just schizophrenic?
Some people say I'm a space cowboy. Na 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 na.
Did you know that I'm actually not a shoe shine boy because that hasn't existed in 80 years?
Do you work for the government?
Just the NSA.
No.
I drill holes in your teeth and tell the weather service about you.
I knew it. That's why it's always raining where I am when I have a washcloth.
Yes, whenever you put a wet washcloth over your eyes, that's when it's raining. It's crazy.
Global warming.
We actually prefer to call it global heating.
I like that. It sounds warm.
Yeah, but in more of a helpful way.
I like the Earth. The Earth likes me.
We're a happy family.
Do, 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 do. So Mark Curry.
Yeah, so Mark Curry has a heart-to-heart with Michelle after she knocks him over and he gets mad at her. And he walks out to the back porch because she knows they have a back porch.
He's smart.
Because she's been there so many times, all zero. She's sitting down, and actually Vanessa comes out first. And Vanessa's like, "Hey, Michelle, are you okay?" And Michelle's like, "Oh, I think I'm bad luck." And Vanessa sits down, and she goes, "You just sat in gum." And then Mark Curry comes out, and he's like, "I got this." And then Vanessa gets up to leave. She's like, "Hey, stop looking at my butt." And he goes, "I'm just checking for gum."
Yeah.
So that was funny. And then Mark Curry has his heart-to-heart with her, and he's like, "Oh, you're a real person. You taught me how to be a thing, and you taught me kids are people, and blah, blah, blah."
They got little feelings, little fingers, and little personalities.
But not a PhD in them, obviously.
No.
And then Yvonne is sneaking over his shoulder, hears him talking to Michelle, and she's all like, "Oh, you're really great with kids, Mark."
Oh, yeah, well, I've been working with him for a while, so yeah, he says.
Why didn't I know you were, like, so great with them before?
I don't know, because you didn't fucking pay attention to me. How about that?
And then she agrees to be his nurse for the next day, and he goes, "It's going to be an all-day job."
I'm free.
All day.
All day.
And then he's like, he pretends to fall, and he goes, "Oh, Yvonne, come help me."
I done falled.
And then she comes out and like struggles to pick him up, which we were both like, "Dude, you're pushing it a little bit.
Immediately.
Just be smooth, and tomorrow you can like hit on her all day, and then you don't have to do it now."
But then again, if he had any game at all, would he be living in a house with two single women, none of which he fucking?
No. If he had game, he'd be fucking both of them.
No, he be fucking them day one.
He be fucking both of them.
He be wearing and ones in fucking both.
And he got his fly Kango hat, and he be fucking both of them.
But God don't got no game, and it be very clear by the way his lifestyle got him sleeping in a bed alone.
On the first floor, in a weird office room.
First floor, 'cause they don't worry about no pussy flood, 'cause it ain't happening.
He'd be like, yo, elevator, take me to first floor, please. And the elevator's like, oh, you got the no game floor? You got it.
Beep, you are on the first floor. You ain't going up, and she ain't going down.
'Cause there ain't nothing below first floor.
What about the basement?
Ain't no basement in San Francisco.
Oh, well, that's after you get real desperate and go down and tie someone up in the basement. And he goes, whoa, okay. See you later, elevator. And she goes, did you mean alligator? And he goes, no.
So then he comes out and talks to the audience again and says, yeah, how'd we do? You think we did good?
Cheer, clap,
the
cheer.
audience clapped, and everyone had a good time. So that was Hangin' With Mr. Cooper. Did you learn anything about anything?
The first thing I learned was that I like this show. No.
It was pretty funny. There were some good jokes in it.
I watched this show.
I mean, it wasn't, like, hilarious, but there was some okay stuff.
It was,
It's non-threatening.
at least in 95 or 96, sometime between 90, probably for the whole thing, it played on TGIF. I used to watch it when I watched TGIF. It was on, I think, like 8:30 or 8.
I don't know.
I do not either, but I did watch it.
Do's not TGIF.
Do's not.
Do's not TGIF. Does not TIGIF.
Does not TIGIF.
But anyway, yeah, I don't know. I feel like I learned Mark Curry's not a good first grade teacher.
No.
And he likes to look at 6-year-olds' flies.
Spontaneous generation of erections.
The master gene that he creams in. Yeah, that's about it.
This has been a So Well Read production.
So well read.